What's going on, everyone? It's Leo here, and today I have a really interesting in-depth video. Let's get into it. Not in my regular spot today, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do and you gotta put the video out. So, in the world of guitar, there's always an ongoing debate whether to use analog amplifiers or digital plugins. And this debate is going on currently, and it probably will go on for quite a long time. And in all of my demos, or most of my demos rather, I've been using regular amplifiers, but I have used some really great plugins. And today I want to showcase another great plugin that I had used once in a video, and that is the STL Tones Will Putney Signature Suite. One thing you should check out is my review on the RVXX plugin from Audio Assault if you want to know a little bit more about these amp sims and different types of amp sims. So you should go check that out. This one in particular is way more expansive and has way more options. So let's just quickly run down what the suite has to offer. If you actually don't know who Will Putney is, if you're into really heavy music, if you're into bands such as Thy Art Is Murder, Knocked Loose, his band Fit for an Autopsy, you'll know how amazing his work turns out. If you don't really know about Will Putney, I definitely suggest you look into him a little more. Really just the highest standard when it comes to heavy guitar tones and heavy music in general. STL Tones put out his signature suite. It's got a lot to offer and for a lot of different types of sounds. So first things first, there are 4 amplifiers, and they're labeled amp 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then there's a bass amp as well. That amp 1 is modeled after the PV50-150. Amp 2 is modeled after a Bogner Uberschall. Amp 3 is modeled after a Mesa Triple Crown, and Amp 4 is modeled after a Diesel. All high gain, all fantastic sounding amps with their own sound. Each of these amps has an accompanying cab that goes with that amp, as well as a really awesome impulse response loader. You can import your own impulse responses as well as any other impulse response. It's really awesome. Now this actually has 2 modes in this suite. So there's the regular mode, which just has the 1 amp, and then there's the mixer mode, which is really where this plugin stands out. So what you can do is you can actually blend between 2 amps and 2 cabs. So if you want amp 1 with cab 3, you can blend that with amp 3 and cab 1, and you can just mix and match. You can blend custom patches for your impulse responses. Really awesome stuff. There's 3 effects pedals. We have a distortion pedal, we have a reverb pedal, and a delay pedal. Pretty simple stuff, but there's quite a few options. And we have a built-in EQ, and this is also where this plugin really steps it up to the next level. Instead of worrying about EQing in your DAW, you can EQ right there in the plugin, and it's a really great EQ with a lot of different options. There's also plenty of custom presets. So there's regular presets for bass and guitar that Will put together. Then there's Will's album presets. This is really cool. So you can take a preset from an album that Will has worked on and apply that to your sound. And same thing with bass as well. And then there's STL custom presets as well, which are really good. There's a great built-in noise gate here as well. And I gotta say, it's gonna be needed. You're gonna wanna really use the noise gate because of how high gain a bunch of these amps are. This is going to be a little more of an extensive demo. So I'm going to demo a song. I'm going to demo each amp with its accompanying cabinet in its standard form, just tweaked a little bit on the EQ to my taste, but the same, power tube settings, and then I'm going to do a blended of my choice. I'm going to blend amp 1 and amp 4 with 2 custom impulse responses from Joey Sturgis Tones that are with Mesa cab, a Mesa cab with a vintage 30 and an SM57, and a Marshall cab with a vintage 30 and an SM57. The guitar that I'm using for this demo is not mine, disclaimer. It's actually my dad's PRS Custom SE edition. I don't know the exact number on it, but it's a pretty awesome guitar. And that is actually going into my little Behringer Euphoria UM22, which is a little 2-channel USB interface. For the drums, because I'm not in my regular space, I'm going to be using the Modern and Massive pack from Get Good Drums, and I hope that you can really get a good feel of what this plugin sounds like. So here's the song, and then from there we're jumping right into the same riff played over and over again in each cab, each amp, and then blended cabs and amps. Here it is. Plugin sounds amazing. Just by itself, it sounds awesome. One thing I am going to point out with this plugin is, and this might just be my own computer, I'm using a MacBook Pro that has 16 gigs of RAM on Logic Pro X. I've had a lot of trouble with latency after adding extra inputs and extra tracks. If it was just one track, it's fine, but after a couple, I had to really split up the projects because the latency was so bad and it wouldn't just record. So that's really my only gripe with this plugin. I had got it on sale for 80 bucks. I think it's about 120. This is not sponsored by them, obviously, but I highly recommend you go pick it up if you are an engineer or you're a guitar player and you don't really want to drop money on a practice amp. You have a bunch of these different amps and you can get really good, cheap impulse responses. All in all, I really love this plugin. It's my favorite guitar amp sim plugin, and it's just so diverse and you can do so much with it. It's definitely worth the money. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could, just leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel down below, and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to comment what you thought about this video and share this with your friends so you and they can help this channel grow. If you need to start smelling good, you need to go to herosoapcompany.com, pick out what you want, and type in promo code LEO at checkout to get 10% off your order. Let freedom clean. thanks again so much for watching. I'll be putting out videos every single weekend and hopefully extra videos during the week, depending on the schedule. And I can't wait to put so much more stuff out. I have probably about a month and a half's worth of videos just written down and even more stuff to come in the new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Leo, and I'll see you next time.